Hello, online family. It's Joko with GJD Photography. And this video, I wanted to keep it kind of like brief, and I wanted to, some of you may already know, but some of you don't, that I am soon to be jumping into podcasting as well. Big news. We are launching a podcast tomorrow. I've been working quite a bit, behind the scenes to make sure that I set up the set, make it look nice, look professional, get some additional audio equipment that I needed in order to have a very good, professional sound as well. Let's just jump right into the set so that I can show it to you guys because I am just as impatient. This setup that I have here it's a simple setup, right? It's something that I try to put together with the minimum additional investment. It will be a working setup, so it'll work for me at least. When it comes to cameras, okay, so when it comes to video equipment, well, I have a 3 camera setup. I have the main camera that I'm talking to right now. And then I have a secondary camera, which is for my guests. And I have the couch set up for 1 or 2 guests, depending on, the number of guests. And I also have a wide angle camera right there in the center, which will also, help me bring both scenes together. What type of cameras do I have? Over here next to me, I have a Canon R6 Mark I with a 28 to 70 Sigma zoom lens, a 2.8 Sigma lens. In the center, I have a Canon 80D with I believe, a 10 to 16 millimeter lens. And in the corner facing me, I have my Canon R7 with the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter 1.8. Having the same brand camera is actually important in order to get the same looking footage from all of your cameras so that, when you're jumping, when you're switching from one angle to another, the footage is basically the same. And people, watching the stream or the podcast can't tell the difference that, some cameras are a fraction of the price of the others. I'm shooting everything in 1080p at 30 frames per second. I have my aperture as wide open. Actually, on this one, on the Sigma lens facing the guest, it's at 2.8. The camera facing me is also at 2.4, matter of fact. And then I have the wide angle at I believe, 5.6 aperture. I'm running everything into video capture cards, as you can see here, with HDMIs into the video capture cards, and then from those, I'm running a USB hub into the laptop, and on the laptop, I am running the OBS software, which is a free software if you are, running these types of videos or podcasts. OBS takes all of the inputs from the cameras, and I can actually live monitor pretty much all the cameras and make sure that my guests are in focus, that I am in focus. As you see here, like, I can see that the autofocus is locked in on my eyes, as well as the wide angle. And now on the fourth monitor, I put actually a TV here. Now the idea for the TV is to obviously have my logo on there. I'm still working on a sign, like a illuminated sign to put on the back of the wall, either behind me or right here in the center. Or when I'm running sponsorships, from local businesses, sponsors, I'm gonna display their logos here for the duration of the sponsorship. The name of the podcast is, as you saw here, From Scratch. What it really takes to grow from nothing to something. The idea behind the podcast is to discuss with small business owners the obstacles and the journey of not only the success, but also of the failures. What made them fail? What did they learn from those mistakes and all that? So pretty much the entire journey from zero, before they even started, whatever they started, to where they are now. Now, if that is something you are interested in, listening to and hearing other people's success stories or failure stories, make sure that you subscribe down below so you don't miss those videos and hit the notification bell as well. That being said and out of the way, next we have our lighting setup. And for the lights, I do use my Fordson Nanlite lights. On this one, illuminating me, I have a strip box as well with a grid so that I don't have a lot of light spilling onto the background behind me. On our guests, softbox with a grid as well so that we only illuminate the guests and not the background over there. In the background there, I simply put that huge teddy bear because I didn't want to put anything on the wall, basically for to improve the sound quality of the room, the echo, the reverb, so to say. In the corner over there, that tall LED light stand is, including the one here behind me, the red one. They're RGB lights that I got off of Amazon for like, I believe both of them were 35 bucks. On top over there for my hair lights, so I have one there and one there behind me. I have my two, these are my very first lights that I bought when I started my photography journey. And I got both of the lights for 500 bucks. Now, when it comes to audio, I did have to upgrade my audio setup because I did not have any podcast style or XLR connection mics. So I did a little bit of research and I still, I wanted to stay. I didn't want to go overboard when it comes to the mics because like I said, I wanted to keep this pretty, on budget. I need a external recorder or mixer, and I didn't have one before because I hadn't hadn't done anything similar in this scale. So I went out and got myself a Zoom PodTrack P4, which is about 150, I believe, dollars. And it has four inputs as well as you can basically plug in four mics. So if for me and for three other guests, which is more than enough for me for right now, and it has also a ton of features that I don't feel like I know enough of the PodTrack P4 to talk about it, but from what other people say about it, it seems like a very good audio mixer, especially for a beginner, entry level podcast setup. The mics are also the Zoom ZDM1 mics, and the bundle came the mic with the headset. It was $100 each, so I got three mics. That's $300 for that, plus the PodTrack P4 taxes around $500 for the audio setup. And then the PodTrack P4 actually plugs into the laptop as well, and that's how I can monitor my audio. I also monitor the audio through my laptop. This was very important to me because I didn't have the budget to hire somebody to monitor, audio, video, and I wanted to do it by myself. So this is actually a perfect setup if you are a one-man band. Now, besides the furniture, I got the tables from Facebook Marketplace. These are from IKEA. I've had these decorations, like the decorations, the decor, you can use pretty much anything you have at home. So it's not like you need to go crazy when it comes to making the set look nice. Even though I say it's a entry podcast setup, it really isn't because not everybody has a three camera setup with three professional mics and the know how on how to monitor photo, video, and then also to put everything together, and edit it. So not everybody has the know how to do all of that by themselves, which is understandable. But if you don't have the budget, you kind of have to figure things out for yourself, which is, where I am at. And that's why I feel like this setup is gonna work for me perfectly fine. My idea for the podcast is to keep them between 45 minutes and an hour because I feel like that's more than enough to dive deep enough and to discuss things with my guests on their journey, their failures, and their successes. So, if you are in the Plainfield, Naperville, Aurora, Oswego, area here, Darien, Chicagoland area, and would like to be on my podcast, I would love to have you. If you're a small business owner and you feel like, you have things to share with other people, I would love to have you on my podcast. So, my studio is in Plainfield, Illinois, and feel free, I'm gonna put a link to my website down there, and there's also on my website you will find my contact info so that you can reach out to me so we can schedule you and get you on here so we can get talking. Basically, this is my setup, and I honestly can't wait to start talking with people here and learn about what made them successful. Now, again, if you don't want to miss those types of videos, make sure that you subscribe down below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss those videos as well. And I guess the next time I'll see you will be on the podcast.